Hey, Team Happy and Fit. Happy Tuesday. I know I say this every week, and I say this every week. This is my favorite time. And I'm getting really sentimental because I am coming up on my fourth year as a coach. On Saturday, the 19th, I have been coaching for 4 years, meaning I'm going into my fifth year of coaching, which I cannot even comprehend that. I just have shown up. I've shown up when it's been hard. I've shown up when life has thrown me so many crazy curveballs. I've shown up when I've felt stressed. I have shown up when I've been hurting. I've shown up when I've been in pain. I've showed up when I've been celebrating. I've shown up when I've been planning a wedding. I actually met Liz Colburn. We were both engaged, and we awkwardly but best had a meeting at a coffee shop, talked briefly about coaching, but just mainly talked about life. But I remember a lot of our conversation was us planning our wedding. She got married, then I got married a month later. This is your wedding month. Is this your wedding month? It is, yeah, because I get married. We got married next month, and we were seriously talking about that. I knew that you got married a month after or before me, and then she became a coach a couple months later. And I just am getting really sentimental over here because I just think about each of you, and I just think about each transformation all of you been through, every breakthrough you've had, every moment you've conquered something. Maybe it's just been the way you've thought about things before in the past, but now you approach it totally differently. And I just can't help express how coaching, Caitlin was just talking to me about someone who says, was her objection was, I'm not interested in Shakeology. What she means by that is she would feel nervous about selling something like that. And then two was, I'm not interested in the coaching thing, which what she means by that is she looks at Caitlin being confident on social media, and that makes her nervous. She's nervous about judgment. I could see that in that objection. And I was telling Caitlin, I said, Caitlin, you got it. One, you can't just wait for her. You got to keep moving, but you got to tell her that what she sees you doing isn't what coaching is. And I just think that we need to remember that this coaching thing is so powerful. It is so powerful in friendship. It's so like it changes and transforms families. Like, I'm sure you moms on here have felt like a better mom. I'm sure you wives on here are feeling better wives. I'm sure you're starting to see perspectives in different ways. And I just can't even express the tools that I've been given and what I've learned. I think about Lauren Lundberg when she shared her story on Team Rockstar Fit. She said every single day she chose PD helped her through the hardest moment in her entire life. That it was a couple years of working on PD to help her transition through a really hard time. And maybe our hard hasn't happened yet. Maybe our like rock bottom hasn't happened yet. That's kind of scary to think about. But don't you think that you've worked on yourself so much that you can see through those obstacles, that you can see through hard situations? And I pray and hope that is what coaching has given you. I hope that this is at least your outlet to positivity, a mind shift, course correction. I hope that this is your reminder that you don't have to quit and run away from things. I hope that being a part of this community inspires you to be nicer to people outside of this community. I hope that every single day you choose to be a better you. I hope that each and every single day you choose a better mindset for yourself. I hope that every single day that you realize, I wrote this quote down. Trina Gray said this in a video. I went to YouTube. I was so hungry for growth last night. I went to bed at like 10 p.m. And if you guys know me, I go to bed at like 8. So it might have been 11 actually. And she said this, she said, a coach from losing weight to gaining life. So maybe you weren't gaining weight when you first became a coach. Maybe it was become to a coach to make $100 a week, but I gained life. Maybe it was insert whatever of why you became a coach, but don't you feel like you just gained life? You gained sisterhood, you gained family, you gained perspective, you gained positivity, you gained just this outlook and perspective. It's really easy for me to see when people are negative, why they're negative, instead of getting angry that they're negative. It's really easy for me to see if someone's being if they're bashing what we do, it's easy for me to see why they're doing that versus believing what they're saying. And personal development has taught me that. You guys have taught me that. And I just have to say, I love watching so many of you celebrate so many people on this team and welcoming new coaches and knowing that you're out there in your challenge groups making a freaking difference every single day, even when it doesn't feel like it. And showing up on social media because it's not there to brag, you're there to share a message of hope. You're there to share a message that if I can do it, so can you. You're there to show up for that person who feels maybe lifeless, hopeless, not sure what to do. You're showing up for that person who feels lost. You're showing up for that person who just needs some kind of glimpse of happiness. And you get to be that person. And just knowing that literally lights my soul on fire, that I feel like I'm walking through this fire with all of you arm in arm. And I don't even see what you do every single day, but I feel it. And I feel what you do based on the energy that you bring, based on the shout outs that you give, the presence that you are on this call, knowing you show up to this call to not just receive something, but to give something, that you get on this call to learn something so you can go and teach someone something that you've learned, right? And I just think that that's really powerful. So if you are a new coach on this call, welcome to our family. And I know that coaching can seem really overwhelming at first. It can. And you can focus on that, or you can focus on trusting this process. And I think a lot of times too, and maybe what I'm about to show you a little bit later is going to overwhelm you. Julia, not another thing. I just have to tell you, I was really overwhelmed when I was in school. I was really overwhelmed my first year of teaching, but I figured it out. And then I got really good at it, right? Maybe you felt really overwhelmed with a move, a new job, but I just have to tell you that we are here for you and we're here to support you. Are there any new emeralds on this call? Any new diamonds on this call? Any one-star qual people on this call? Anyone that we can celebrate on this call? Morgan Brill, you have Julianne Condia as your name, and I'm loving every second of it. Because, by the way, Morgan is going to give birth today. I don't know. It's like soon, and I'm so excited. Well, she keeps the countdown, and I'm like, is her baby going to come early or is it going to be late? Isn't the first one, it's usually going to come late? Who knows, Morgan? I am so excited for that text, though. Lots of soon-to-be diamonds. Absolutely. What is your favorite thing about this team? Can you post that in the comments today? What do you love about these comments? Or what do you love about these comments? What do you love about this team? The support and the friendship. We got to lean on that when life is hard. I think when life gets hard, we back away from coaching, and I don't get it. How we are really in this together. We really are. Nikki Touch, you are a sister that brings everybody together. You are just a woman who opens up her heart and her arms to anyone who just wants love. And I just appreciate that in you. Support, the relentless and helping each other. Absolutely. The accountability to be our best. I know you've heard this before, but isn't it just nice for that gentle reminder? Because maybe you had a hard day today. Maybe life's a little hard today. Maybe you had an awesome day, but isn't it a cool reminder that maybe you could be that voice for the team? If you've had an awesome day, could you bring that presence into the team page today and share your love for life today? Because it's like half of us will be rocking and half of us won't, but I think that's what makes this team awesome, is that we can all come together and push each other through the good and push each other through the bad to get to the good. Does that make sense? We can all thrive together. That, man, when I'm in a funk or I'm stuck, I lean on you. I lean on this community to get through some hard times. I want to talk about an MLM. I want to talk about direct selling. So anytime someone talks to me and they say, I went to a birthday party on Saturday, and I go, we were talking about this person and what they're doing, and I was just waiting for them. Like, what do you do? I said, oh, I used to be a teacher and now I'm in direct selling. I say it just like that. It's like rolls right off my tongue. I used to be really nervous about saying Beachbody. I used to be really nervous to say I was a coach. And I don't know why. I don't know if it was because I do know why. I was worried about what people thought. Have any of you been there before? Is it still a little bit difficult to share with others what it is that you do? Or maybe you focus so much on your full-time job that coaching is just kind of like this thing that you don't talk about because no one needs to know about it. What if you started treating it like it was whatever job you're doing now? for me, if I was teaching, what if I was not just a teacher, but I was always also a Beachbody coach, or I was also building a business, however you want to word it. I really think if you make this shift in the way that you talk about it, you're going to start treating your business like a business. You're going to really start to see your business as more than a community. This is more than a community, but it's all community. But what if you start shifting the way that you see this? That isn't just so much a side gig. I get it. You do it part-time. That's totally different, but it's not this thing that you don't have to bring up to people. What if it was you were so excited to bring it up to people? What if you just were like, man, I can't wait to tell you about what I do. And this is what I say. I say, I'm going to tell you what I do in a second, but I'm going to tell you why I do it first. And they're always like, okay, I do. That's what I say. And I tell them why I do this. And then I tell them I'm in direct selling, and I tell them that I'm a Beachbody coach, and it's changed my whole life. And I love it so much because it's changed my whole life. I said I've lost 35 pounds and I've gained so much confidence. I say that all in a row. And they're like, wow, that sounds amazing. I was like, it is. I've been able to build a business off of being an influencer, mentoring, and giving people an awesome experience. It's changed my entire life. I love it. And so a lot of times people will put MLMs down or direct selling down, but you don't have to prove anything to anybody. But I want to shift this perspective for you. And I was listening to a call the other day, and this is what was said, where it said, even though if you're not full-time with your business, what kind of freedom is it giving you right now? Is it giving you freedom to friendship? Is your business currently allowing you to work whenever you want, wherever you want? Your business, not necessarily your life. Meaning, can you work your business wherever and whenever you want? In your business, do you get to work with whoever you want? In your business, do you see that this will allow you to have as many vacation days as you want? Can you see that you'll have unlimited financial freedom with this business, that you could give yourself a raise at any point if you wanted to? Do you see the business as this? So as I was starting to think about that, I started to think about this. For those people, and you might still be in this world, but I need you to shift your brain with me, especially if you see more in this with coaching. I'm not saying you need to do this to quit your job. That's not what coaching's for, but it's pretty cool when you can have the option when life changes. When something happens in your life and you have the option, isn't that nice? I'm not saying it should be your option, but wouldn't it be nice to have the option? So if someone in your life was making fun and putting down to what you do, this is what you would say. Well, maybe not, but think. Change your thoughts, change your life. So you're telling me you're trying to sell me on a 9-to-5, punching into a clock, waiting for my boss to tell me whether I can take off work or not. I have to take PTO days to take my kids to a doctor's appointment. I only get 2 weeks of vacation max. I maybe get a however much raise that is nothing. Ask teachers. Oh my gosh. Eric and I were comparing our salaries with teaching. It was hilarious. And like we were just talking about like our raises that didn't happen. And so you're trying to tell me that you're fighting for me to do that again. I'm good. I get to work with whoever I want, whenever I want, with all of you, crafting a life I want on purpose, so much purpose. I'm good. When you start to see it like that, you're just like, y'all, you can think whatever you want to think, but you have no flipping clue. And you stop letting everybody else have their opinions on what you should be and what you should do. And I think that song I was playing as we started This Is My Fight song. That's what she's saying. Whether you believe in me or not, I have a fight left in me. And I just wanted to be that voice for you today, especially if you are in the grind and this is something you want to do full time. I was telling someone today, I was telling Lauren, that Eric's parents would send us newspaper clippings of jobs. So this year, last year, they would send us saying like, here's some job openings, like here's this and that. We're like, and then we like at his brother's wedding, someone's come like, when are you getting back in the classroom? It's like people cannot comprehend because this is so unconventional that it freaks them the hell out. And they're just like, we need some conventional thinking around here. And it's like, I'm not going back. I'm not going to go back. And I just want you to know this. So I'm trying to think of ways of maybe why you're stuck. I'm trying to think of ways because I feel like a lot of you are doing all the right things, but sometimes it's just a tweak. And maybe the tweak is that you are freaking proud to be in direct selling, and you are freaking proud to be in this community, and you don't have to prove what it is and what it's not to anybody. But if you continue to lead with your heart on what it really is, because this is what it really is for me. Caitlin, that girl, she doesn't get it yet, but she's going to, because you're not a quitter. And if she doesn't, that's okay. And what's really awesome about that is someone who's maybe not ready isn't going to stop you, and you're not going to hit the brakes because of what someone else thinks that what this is and what it's not. Because for me, I'm like, it's so much more than fitness and nutrition. And that's exactly what Caitlin said in her message to me. She's like, this is so much more than fitness and nutrition. And I had no idea when I first got started. Me too. I joined for the community, but I didn't realize what the impact of this community would have on me. So I get it. I get it. There are people out there with a lot of noise. You guys, there's a lot of opinions out there. But maybe if you start to shift your perspective, well, what are they defending? Are they defending conventional thinking? And really think about this. The people who have tried to defend what they do and put down what I do, they're not happy. They're not happy. And I'm just like, it's so crazy to me. It's like, why would you take advice from someone who isn't living a lifestyle that you admire? Why would you take advice from someone and let someone get in your thinking? How about this? Someone messaged me today. I'm going to get back at her. I believe in her too much to just let her slide. She said, hey, I'm not good at this and I want my money back. Or can I get my money back? She was really sweet about it. And I've had conversations with this girl, and I said, and I'm going to message her back, and I'm going to go, no, you're not good at health? No, I can't let you give up on yourself like that. I'm going to be the voice. And if you're going to choose to give up, but I have to fight for you right now, and if you're not going to let me fight for you, here's the link. But I'm not going to let you quit on yourself just because it got a little hard, because it got a little overwhelming, because you can't figure it out yet. Life's a little crazy. No, I'm going to be that voice for you because you don't understand what's on the other end of your heart right now. You don't understand what is on the end of whatever you're going through right now. I can see through it because I've gone through it. And I'm going to be that voice for you just as much as you need to be that advocate for someone else. And maybe you're going through it right now. Can I be that voice for you? You all are going to get through it step by step, day by day, a choice of self-care daily. If you're struggling right now, turn your mess into your freaking message. I'm in pain. I'm struggling. I'm insecure right now, but I surround myself with kick-ass people who believe in me. And today I believe in me because I have a whole crew just lifting me up, and I'm ready. I'm ready for life because I'm becoming stronger on the other end of this. I don't see it yet. You guys, when I first started coaching, I didn't see where it would get. I saw it as the bridge to freedom, but I wasn't there. I still don't feel like I'm there. I'll never actually be there. But I'm going to work so diligently, so passionately, so full of abundance because this matters to me that I know with each day that I do this, I learn a lesson through my heart. I learn a lesson through my victories. I've learned through this process because I'm such a freaking workaholic, you guys. It is really hard for me to treat myself. I am so fear motivated. I am not reward motivated. I think my reward is hard work, but literally I don't know how to treat myself, and that's a problem. I want to get to a point that I can just accept that if I'm climbing a mountain that I can just take a look at the view and it's going to be okay. That Juliet, if you just stop and smell the roses, you're going to be all right. Like stop and smell them because why are you working so hard if you're not going to appreciate the view? It's just as much as so many of the people who are stopping and smelling the roses and looking at the view, you better keep on climbing because it gets good up there. As you go, like the view just gets better and better and better. So my issue is I don't stop to take a look at the view because I feel like I'm having a pretty good view, but maybe the reverse is for you. I don't know. That maybe what you need to do is you need to not so much look at every single thing and just get to work. It's not that hard of a balance when you just keep going because you'll start to figure it out. I give a lot of advice to a lot of leaders on our team, and they just go, Juliet, how did you know to give me that advice? I was like, because I've failed so many times in this business, but I never let it eat me up. that the reason I can give you this advice is because I gave the wrong advice to you a couple years ago. Remember when you were mad at me? I learned. Now I don't want you to do the same thing. Like, I messed up with you. And they start laughing because they're like, dang, yeah, that's right. I forgot. You love me. It's good. We're going to keep going, right? So whatever your frustration is, whatever your stuck is, whatever your good is, let's just work through it, okay? The summit, we are going to summit in 5 weeks. And if you have not gotten your ticket to that, this has really been on my heart. You guys, I'm getting sentimental, I'm telling you. I get it. I get it. I don't know why this is so much on my heart right now, because I am not in a convincing world, but I just need to be an advocate tonight that maybe if you're on the edge of your seat, you need to get your summit ticket today. I understand you might be nervous about finances. I think that this is going to help your finances by sitting in those seminars. I think it's going to be a temporary sacrifice that could set you up for your life. And the reason I can say that is because I went into Summit as a full-time teacher, didn't have a lot of cash flow. And that was the moment I realized I could do it. That was the moment that I said, I'm going to retire myself as a teacher. I sat in those seats and cried. I was so hungry. And as soon as I left Summit, it was like pedal to the freaking metal. It was unreal. And it wasn't because my social media was blowing up. It was because my heart was blowing up. And people were attracted to my heart and my belief and my energy. And I made it happen. And it has been hard as hell. But it is the best hard that I've ever done, like work-wise, like where it's just literally like I cannot even express to you how much joy I find in grinding this hard. It has found purpose in my life. And so maybe Summit is a scary thing for you right now. You've thought about buying that ticket. I hope I can be that voice for you tonight, because you need to get there. And Team Rockstar Fit Day, it's going to be really, really powerful. Okay, what I'm about to share with you is something that I've been working really a long time on, and I'm really excited about this. So hear me out on this, and this is my purpose for this. I want to create an efficient system for you. And I was working a lot with Teresa Schrader on this. I want to create not just an efficient system for you, but a system for your coaches. And this is where I find you start to rock your business. You start to have belief in this business. And then what happens? Not everybody believes that way that you help. Am I right? And you feel a little bit stuck in mentoring. You feel a little stuck. And I talk about this all the time, is I don't recruit discount coaches. And I'm going to help you not do that. They might turn into discount coaches, which discount coaches are beautiful people, my friends. Kim Meyer was one of them. You can't discount them out of this opportunity. However, if you really have a vision in this, you can't slow down for anybody. So it's not that you're forgetting about discount coaches. You are loving on them. But also, your vision's too big to wait. Your vision's too big to just see if someone will take off with this. Your heart is so hungry for this because you believe you can do it, and I believe you can do it. So let's make this efficient, right? That when a coach signs up, I send them a coach welcome email. That coach welcome email had the link to Happy and Fit 101, had my phone number on there, and just let's pick a program, all this stuff. I am going to get rid of Team Happy and Fit 101, and this is what we're going to do. You don't have to join this, but I would love for you to join this if this makes sense. So I'm going to show you. I and Teresa created this team training, and I'm going to teach you units as well. It's just a coach training, and we have all systems and tutorials in here. So how to set up Google Streak, how to do Linktree and Google Forms, how to go through the coach office, how to do share cart, how to create a contact list. Then we're going to go into coach training. We put all of the Rock the Business training in here. I know that we do the app. We're going to talk a little bit more with Trina about this. We think that this is the most efficient thing. And the reason we think that this is the most efficient thing is because if someone misses a day, they can't find that other post. Does that make sense? That through these trainings, they can just go step 1, step 2, step 3, and not lose them. And it's all in one place. how are we feeling about this? It's going to be a little bit of a change. And again, we just decided to go for it. Then we have step 2. So after you complete, or your coach completes step 1, they go to step 2, get to Emerald. That's what we're calling it, because what? Emerald is sexy. If you're not Emerald yet, that is your goal, and that is what we're going to do. So with our Emerald, we literally shared our resources to becoming Emerald. We're making it very concrete and clear. You need to go Emerald, right? This is exactly what you need to do in order to get there. This is what is incredible. With step 3, Emerald coaches, we are going to have Emerald tools that you can go, but this is what gets cool. And a lot of you can join this if you're already Emerald. You can fill out a Google form. It's an application to go Diamond. And you're going to fill this out. As soon as you fill this out, I'm going to get an email, and I'm going to add you to our 55 lesson Diamond training. And it is all crazy up in here. So you're going to hear about things that you've heard before, but you're going to hear things that you haven't before. It's going to push you in a really great way. It's really organized. It's going to teach you time management, how to recruit, what are leads. It's going to teach you how to get started right with your coaches. It's going to build you in leadership and hear different voices in leadership, recognition, success starters, how to create success starters, not just what success starters is, right? Building emeralds, how to do that. How to turn customers into coaches. We have coach opportunity reminders, because we have our Made for More glance into coaching. Do you see the rebranding? And we have all these testimonials that you can tag people under. We have live videos from leaders on our team with their stories, and I've labeled it with exactly what their avatar is, and you can find that, how to get started. And we are doing a diligent job of adding to this weekly and having coaches go live in their weekly. Your job is to get people in there. Does that make sense? So then with that, some of you are in this and some of you are not. We changed our Diamond Push group to Coaching Collaborative. It's the same group that my commitment and Teresa's commitment in there is to lead you, grow you, and help you through this journey in this process. So we have our coach training that has 2 major aspects. Regular coach training for any coach, whether you are a Diamond, Emerald, Coach, Star Diamond. Emerald, got to get to Emerald, that's your goal. And then once you go Emerald, you're going into a Diamond training that has been really hardcore laid out. And with your units, you guys, when you view this, as you click this, there's going to be an option with you or your coach. I can't see it right now. That's going to say, I'm done. So after each lesson, you click I'm done. And in the unit, it's going to tell you that you've completed 1 out of 9. And then once you complete 2, it's going to say 2 out of 9. It's going to let you know where you need to keep going and where you left off. Does that make sense? And then also with the group insights, I can see who's completed what lesson and not. So anytime you come to me for advice, or your coaches come to me for advice, or come to you for advice, you could ask me and be like, Julianne, have they even completed this lesson? Or you can tag them under that lesson for help. Does that make sense? So how do you make units and why do you need them? I think that they are going to be a great thing for your challenge groups, and this is why. So we have our mindset group, and it is all unit based. And why I like that it's unit based is because, you know, in challenge groups where day 1 is like all the way at the bottom and someone joins your group and they're like joining in on day 4 and they're so lost, this is going to get them away from that. So what you do, for example, for 2B Mindset, I have prep week. So when you add someone to 2B Mindset group, they can start any day of our program because it's a walkthrough program on their own. Does that make sense? So as soon as, say someone joins me today with 2B Mindset, they're going to just start right away on day 1 prep week. Isn't that so cool? Even though we already have people that have started last week. It's literally go at your own pace kind of course, but you're still in a challenge group because you can still do discussions, posts, shout outs, and things like that. You can go live in these groups. You can do all of this stuff. And then they just walk through all these posts at their own pace. So how do you set up a unit? This is exactly what you do. So you go to your manage your group, and you can do this on your team page as well if you wanted. You go to edit group settings. Once you get to edit group settings, all you have to do is go to group type, and you have to click social learning. So you pick the social learning, then you hit confirm, and then it's going to show that it's going to be units right here. And then what I like to do is the landing tab. Our team page has the landing tab of discussion. That's what groups have always been. But with this To Be Mindset group and with this coach training group, it's set on, as soon as you open it up, it is set on units. So as soon as you look on your phone, you don't see the discussion, you just see units. Does that make sense? You see the course. Anytime you want to get to the units or discussion, you just click discussion, if that makes sense. And that's going to show up right there. So then when you get to units, you get to create a unit. So if you were to go create I don't want to create it in this group real fast. I'll do it right here because no one's in here yet. So if I go to units, I'm going to go create unit. And if I give so I'll be like prep week. How about that? Prep week. So I create that unit. And then once I create that unit, and you can, by the way, you can decide I want to move this unit all the way to the top. So I want this to be the very first thing people see. So if I go all the way to the top, prep week is all the way in unit 1. If I click that, then I just title this day 1. I could do prep week day 1. And then I post all my content right in there. Does that make sense? And then you can add files, you can add media. If you want to schedule posts, which you can still do, you go to the discussion and you create your unit and then you go back and schedule it. So if I were to go here, let me get rid of this one real fast. Delete unit. So if I go to systems and tutorials, first of all, if I do this, edit unit, I can move around my units as well. I can move these around. And then hit save, which is really cool. So you can put them in different orders and whatever. But if I were to click my post, I could click these dots. Oops. And there's different things that you can do here. Sorry, the only way you can time it out is if you write a post. So this is my post. And if I click post, this is how I move it to a unit. If I click here now, I can move to unit. I have to schedule it like I regularly would on a post. And then once I hit post, I go to my scheduled post, then I can add it to a unit. If that makes sense. That was kind of confusing. But anyway, units, I think they're the way to go. I think Facebook's on the rise. For those of you who love Facebook and you've been struggling a little bit with Instagram, I believe that Facebook is really coming back. And I think that Facebook groups are what's hot and what is popping right now. So you can just direct them to the units. Yep. And they go in order. So it's like a course. It's literally like you go click one and then done. It's kind of like going through a workout on BOD. You know how you have it all broken down into units of what workouts to do, and you just click your workout, and then after that they're all in a row. It's just like that. It's really easy. Yep, so you can do order first and last. It's really easy to change. But we're going to spend these next 20 minutes doing a rapid fire Q&A. So you can have Q&A on Nikki has a question. So if it's on units, you can do any kind of question on this training. I would love feedback. How many of you real fast are excited about these coach trainings? So it's literally going to be in one spot. Then once they go Emerald, they fill out a Google Doc. From there, I'll make sure they get into the Diamond training. Does that make sense? So it's kind of just this extra, and then they also can join the Coach Collaborative. That's a business builder page. We are all in there serious about building a business. Does that make sense? So if you have 8 coaches, maybe one of them wants to do more with it, which is awesome, right? And you want to make sure you take care of them through that they have enough resources. All right, Nikki, go ahead and lead us off.
I think Jill just asked a little bit before me. So I was just going to ask for the units. Would you, like you said, you'll use like, if a new person joins, say, the To Be Mindset group, you'll just start them off in the prep week first one. Do you actually go in and tag them?
You can.
Or will you just be like, get in the group, click on units, start and prep week.
Yep. So that's what you can do. There's 3 things you can do, and maybe 4 if you get really creative, or 5. There's a couple things that you can do. You can create a canned response with directions. What would be really powerful is you getting on a Zoom, filming what the units look like and how to get started. And maybe that's the welcome email to a challenger you send, is saying, hey, welcome to this. I'm going to add you to this group. This is what it's going to look like. And I want to teach you how to use it. So as soon as you get added to that group, start here. And then maybe that's a canned response you send to brand new challengers, right? You have their email already as soon as they purchase. So that's one option. Another option is through a message saying, hey, I'm going to add you to our group. I'm going to tag you under a post. That's option 2. Another option could be directions. Hey, I'm going to add you to this group. Once I add you to the group, you're going to see units. Just start with day 1 prep week.
Awesome.
Yep, I have them scheduled as a unit. Yes. No, they're going to probably show up already in your unit. I don't know that for certain, but every time I've scheduled them, they still are showing up in the unit, even though they're scheduled to be posted, and they do get posted when I say, which is nice because it's almost like they get a notification for that day being posted, if that makes sense. So I'm not sure.
I was going to say, my only concern is if I'm scheduling them to be posted at a specific time, then it's going to be like the old groups where it's all just going to be in the discussion again. You know what I mean? But I guess if I change it,
units.
Say that again.
It's still in the units though.
Like a unit? Okay. So and as long as I direct them to go to the units first and start in the prep, then they'll be better.
Yes. So it's kind of, especially if you have the setting on units visual, anything you post automatically is still in your units. It's just posting in the discussion. So your people should just know to go in order, because it also tells them. It tells them that they've completed 3 out of the 7 days of prep week. So then they can kind of just go through that. And again, I think a tutorial for your challengers would be powerful. A tutorial meaning, hey guys, this is what's going to happen. The discussion is for you to post your selfies or water, or we'll have fun challenges, but this is where the main course is, and also in your nutrition tab for 2B Mindset. So today someone said there's no video, but it's already in 2B Mindset. I didn't post the 2B Mindset videos in the 2B Mindset group because they already have that in their tab, if that makes sense. All right, rapid fire Q&A. Go ahead and unmute and I'll answer any of your questions. I'm glad you guys are excited about the training.
I'll go real quick.
Great.
So if you have a challenger and you know that they're somewhat interested in running the business, but it kind of scares them, like how do you push them without pushing them and scaring them more?
Yeah, I think if you're afraid of scaring them, you're not going to scare them. Does that make sense? Like you're already thinking about that you don't want to be scary. So I think you feel more scary in your head. I think people need direction. And I think people love confidence. So anytime anyone's hesitant, but they would be good and they're kind of playing this game, you could do a couple of things. Hey, what's your biggest risk in this? Like, what do you have to lose by changing your whole life? I really believe that that's what's going to happen with you. Or what's your biggest holdback? Like, what's holding you up? And then if they're just messing with you again, I would be straight up, be like, girl, you're driving me crazy, and say it in your own words. It's just like, I really want to help you with this. I'm not going anywhere. Just in your own time. And then they'll be like, fine, I'll do it.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. I noticed in the 2B Mind group, if you click on the notification, the posts, they are under the discussion. So if you go to the group, it's under the units. Yep, exactly. So it's found in the discussion and also the units. But the nice thing about having the units along with that, it's all organized. You guys, I went back to Team Happy and Fit 101 and I was like, ugh! You have to like find posts and they're all over the place and all crazy. And I mean, it's kind of like the tracker app too, where if someone misses out on day 3, it is so freaking hard to find that, right? Where this is going to make things so flippin' organized and simple, if that makes sense. You're driving me. I say stuff like that. Like that girl who wants to quit on herself today. No, absolutely not. You will not do that. But if you will, that's on you. But I'm fighting for you right now, right? What other questions do you have? Is life good? Is coaching good? Are you struggling with mentoring? What's up, Turner?
So what do you do when like something that was working isn't working? Like, for example, for me, like polls were working really well, but now I'm getting no traction on them on Instagram stories.
Yeah, so a couple of things. It doesn't mean that they're not working. It means you might have to tweak it. So, for example, the one that always works for me, you guys, is did you get up or did you hit snooze? Every day. It's like people look really forward to that. So do you have a consistent one that you do every day? Did you get workout or not? So people can rely on you for having that. Then do fun ones. Like do like random ones like, hey, I'm doing a get to know you Friday. So every Friday, I literally just am like, dogs or cats? Tea or coffee? Like just to get to know my followers a little bit more. And it's just on Fridays. And I have a little graphic, get to know you, and it's just a poll question of this or that. As far as polls go, think about like a really creative thing that you could do. Like, what is your avatar like? Like mine doesn't really care about clothing options. But my avatar would like this. Should I pack in the morning or tonight? My avatar is going to say in the morning. Like they do it last minute, but it's like a fun, goofy poll for my following, if that makes sense. But what's funny is there's a lot of people that vote for the night before. Literally, someone asked me, we're going to Chicago for our elite trip. Kim Meyer's already packed. Go figure. And then Teresa started talking about packing, and I said, Teresa, or wait, who did I say this to? Maybe it wasn't Teresa. I said, to Kim. I said, Kim, she was asking me a question about this. And I was like, Kim, when do you think I'm going to pack? And she's like, the morning up. And I was like, why are you asking me this? Like, I haven't even thought of that, right? So you can just get creative in that way. You can look online, Google best way to create poll engagement, fun poll questions to ask on Instagram. Be resourceful in that way. Google will give you a ton of ideas for polls on Instagram, but also engagement on Instagram, if that makes sense. Great question. And again, just because you guys are doing something, it doesn't mean that what you're doing isn't working. It usually means you have to make a tweak. So pay attention to that. Are you sending out 50 messages and only one person is responding back to them? It's not the sending out messages that's not working. It's something you have to tweak in your message, because sending out messages works, but you have to tweak it in order for it to be effective. If you are setting this goal to hit Success Club, go Diamond, go Star Diamond, and you're doing all the same things, but you're not seeing any movement, you're doing the right things. You just have to make little adjustments along the way. Anyone have any other questions? We have a lot of you going for Diamond right now. A lot of you that you're ready to go Emerald. Emerald's a decision. You could go Emerald tonight. You could. You sign up friends, you sign up family, you say, this is my goal, I have a business. And that's you looking at this as, I understand when you first start, it is so hard to understand why Emerald's important. It is, I get that, but you have to trust me when I say this. I heard a call, someone told me to go Emerald because it was important. I did it. Now I look back 4 years ago and I go, whew, I am so glad I listened. We have your best interest in this. Emerald's a decision. Diamond is as well. Diamond is not complicated. It just takes a lot of patience, if that makes sense. A lot of patience. Other suggestions on giving them confidence if they just need to jump. Oh, wait. Let me go up a little bit. I have so many coaches that are seriously on the verge of Emerald with high PV. We have talked about adding hubby to the mix and helping others, but they are still holding back. Do they get on these calls? Are they engaged in the community? I just don't think people can believe in this business if you're not engaged with the community. I'm 100% behind what I just said. I just think that people don't understand what this can really do for them. You guys, can I please be that voice for you tonight, even if it's hard for you to see it? Maybe there's something blocking because you've never been able to dream this way before. You've never been able to think like this before. You've never been able to be exposed to anything before like this. I was talking to Liz. I said, Liz, we deserve this. We deserve to make this type of income because of our childhood. And it's weird for us, and it's going to be hard to accept. It's going to be really hard for us to accept that some that we deserve this. So someone like us could be doing something like this, and we have to be accountable for each other to remind each other that we deserve this. There's so much potential in this business, and I don't think it's ever going to happen if on a lonely island or in a dragging of feet and dragging and holding hands. So my suggestions to that is make these calls sexy. Make this community sexy. You talk about why you love this, why this is impactful. You remind people, that's why I always take screenshots of this team on calls, is because I think people need to see this, that they need to be a part of this, that this isn't just going to help them in business, it's going to help them in life, right? Did you sign up to lose weight, but you gained life? Did you sign up to get toned, but you gained confidence? Right? Did you sign up to lose anxiety, but you gained freaking awesome sleep each night? Sorry, new mamas. You know what I'm saying? Like, why did you sign up? And then what has happened? And we got to get people on these calls connected with the community and believing in it. And a lot of times that's because of self-limitations. That is belief. They don't understand. And you have to believe massively in people. My most successful coaches are the ones who got on calls right away and they stayed on them. I've seen coaches go very quick in this business because they did jump on calls and then they stopped. You have to be reminded of your potential. You have to be reminded that you can do this. But also I need to be that voice for all of you, that visionary for all of you. This business is going to change your entire future. By making an impact, getting in the best shape of your life, and helping other people do the same thing. I think that's pretty insane that you can make a business out of that. I think it all starts here. Emerald isn't going to seem important, and you're not going to be proud of that on your team when they're trying to defend Emerald because they don't believe in it. But what's really cool is when you have coaches that are like, I want to make an impact and I also want to make an income. I'm going to never stop at Emerald and I'm just going to keep going. And it might take time. You guys, this is another thing. There's no time limit in this business. I think when we sign up, you think you have to go at the same pace of everybody that is around you, and you think you have to go at the same pace as everyone you started with. And that is lies. You will find your own way if you do not quit. You will find your own way if you lean in and grow and adjust. You will find your way tweaking and going inch by inch. You have to understand that you are going to go at a different pace than others. Sometimes I have a really quick pace. Sometimes I have a slow pace. My very start to this, slow. I didn't hit Success Club. I didn't go Emerald. And then it took me 1.5 years to go Diamond. A lot of you have beat me in that, right? But then I went from Diamond to 5-star in 1 year because I have the best PS coaches. The best. They're awesome. And that's another thing I'm freaking proud of, is that $14 cycle seems like nothing right now, but it is my mission to get you guys to that $18 cycle. You may not understand what I'm saying, but I look back now and I see my business what it is. And if I was cycling at $14, I would be losing so much money. And I need you guys to understand that it's not just rank, it's leadership, it's opportunity, but that $14 to $18 compounds over time. And I was an Emerald coach for 1.5 years, and I was losing a lot of money and I didn't realize it. If I would have just been cycling $4 more. So Emerald is vital because you need to start that process. If you want residual income in this business, it is through Team Cycle bonuses. I don't think you guys want to be those types of coaches that all you're trying to do is hit Success Club 50 each month. Will bring great income, but you're going to be tired. Wouldn't you just want to hit Success Club, keep growing your business, helping people each month, helping your team, and getting paid for mentoring? Beachbody will pay you for being a freaking awesome believer in people. And maybe you don't know how to do that yet, but that's what I'm for. I'm going to teach you. You are so inspiring. Your story is inspiring. You becoming a coach is so inspiring. I can't be the one to relay that to your coaches. It's your journey. They joined with you, and the way to lead them is to believe in them. The way to lead them is just to encourage them and tell them that they can do it too, right? It's not having all the knowledge. It's not pouring 10 hours into a training. That's not what makes you a leader. It's your heart. Oh my gosh, thanks. Thank you so much, Jill. Yes, exactly. Morgan, oh, Liz, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are so sweet. Success is not above any of us. We've hustled for you because we want greatness for you, and I'm so thankful I have a team doing the same. Oh my gosh, yes. I just have to tell you, when you do this the right way and you build with integrity and you love people like endlessly, Morgan Brill said, remember, friendship first. And it's so true. Like, you love working with who you have with you, and I think that not everyone can say that on their teams, because they just are just trying to sign up everybody. But I really love the people that I work with. Thank you for teaching it. Oh my gosh, 100%, so true. Yes, you guys are amazing. Are there any last questions? We're gonna get off 5 minutes early. Integrity above all. I love the friends I have made in this business. Yes, and isn't it just so cool to know that you could change someone's future? Not just financially, but not just physically, and not just mentally, and not just emotionally, that you can literally help someone's life. And maybe you don't need a financial change, but I think about, what about 10 years from now? People underestimate what 10 years can do for them, and they overestimate 1 year. That's why so many coaches quit right away, because they think that they should be making this amount of money, where it's like, you're overestimating what 1 year can do for you, and you're underestimating what 10 can do for you. Trina Gray just hit 10 years in the business. I'm like, I have 6 more. What's about to happen in that 6? Like, that's crazy, right? She has 6 more years on us and on me. But you got to trust the longevity in this business. Like, you sticking this out, you are going to learn so much, and you're going to understand why it is that you've gone on this journey, if that makes sense. You are all so incredible. And what I was saying is, maybe you don't know what's going to happen in 10 years. What if your boss changes? What if someone gets sick in your family, or maybe you start having kids and you want to be home with them? Like, don't you just want the option? Or maybe still not. You still love what you do. Trina Gray owns 2 businesses and Beachbody. But what if you could give this gift to other women? What if you could change their financial future? That's what I think about. I don't think about me, because I know where I'm going. I'm not going to ever stop. No one's going to ever stop me, because I think about, I can help 10 more women to financial freedom. I can help 10 more women lose 35 pounds. I can help 10 more women feel more confident, right? That's always on my brain. And that's what we get to do together. Oh, man, I'm going to hit end.